Welcome, this is QAPC with yet another arena run. Hopefully this run goes better than my last one because I got 150 gold and if I don't get it back, I am broke. I have to wait a few days to get some quests because I've been opening a few too many boosters with my gold. But that's okay, which means I wait a few days to play someone else. Well, I haven't tried Priest yet in this new little bit of series I'm doing it, so I guess I'll play Priest. I don't really like Priest very much though. I'll do it anyway just to round out the one of each class type thing. Okay, first pick, Defender of Argus versus Argent Commander. It's a close call ever since they nerfed Argent Commander, a lot closer than it used to be, but I still think I like the Argent Commander more. Just because if you're on an empty board or you're in top deck mode, he's really useful, whereas the other guy just kind of isn't. Battle of the 5 drops, the Silverhand Knight and the Gurubashi Berserker. I kind of like the Silverhand Knight more. It just does more when you play it. The Berserker can be more powerful in the long run if it's not dealt with immediately, but the Silverhand Knight gets you 4-4 and a 2-2 right away, and I like that more than just a 2-7. The Archer versus the Infiltrator, both useful in their own ways. Silence, I don't really like Silence a lot. I would rather have it on a minion and pay some mana for it rather than just get it for free. Well, not for free, use a card for it. I'll take the Infiltrator here. He's a pretty good one drop, I guess. Interesting choice here. Power Word Shield is a card I like a lot. I like the other cards here as well, but I really like Power Word Shield just because it cycles through your deck and helps you find the other things while at the same time having a pretty useful effect. I'll grab another Silverhand Knight here. I really do like Silverhand Knight. I don't like having multiples of a lot of cards, so that's a card I'm fine having multiples with. Circle of Healing I don't really like that much. It can be sometimes really powerful, but it's too situational. Gorehound is a really big threat. I like the Gorehound. I do like Kodo, but I'm so heavy on 5 drops, I almost don't want to take it, but despite having a lot of 5 drops already, I'll still take the Kodo. Questing Adventure is too hit or miss. I can get out of control win sometimes, but sometimes just nothing. Another 5 drop. Normally I would be inclined to take this Tiger over this Bluegill Warrior or the Silence, but at this point I'm really overloaded on 5s. I do not want a Tiger. I'm not thrilled with the alternatives, but I guess I'll take a Bluegill Warrior here. He's pretty bad, but could be worse. Mind Vision and Mind Blast are 2 cards I really don't like playing. Bloodsail Raider in a Priest deck is just a 2-3, but I feel that's stronger than Mind Vision or Mind Blast, so I'll grab them. Defender of Argus versus Knife Juggler. This is a tough one because I really do like Defender of Argus, and I don't have any 4 drops, but at the same time, Knife Juggler is so strong. I think Defender of Argus is slightly better. This is a pick I'm really not too sure about, but I will grab the Defender of Argus. I would love to have both of them in my deck, but sadly there can be only one. Here it's a clear Holy Nova. The Warden does kind of synergize with some of the Priest cards, like the one that makes his attack equals defense, but in general I just don't like playing with those cards, so I'm not going to pick that guy very highly as a result. The Holy Smite or Wolf Rider. I'm generally speaking would like the Holy Smite more. I don't have any 3-drop minions, which makes me almost want to pick the Wolf Rider, but that doesn't change the fact that I just like Holy Smite more. And again, I think same choice all over again. I suppose I could grab the Temple Enforcer instead. He's not too shabby, but I really think I am happy with another Holy Smite. It's a fairly versatile card, especially if you get some spell damage or Gadget Gazette Auctioneer. Here it's a Divine Spirit, which I've already said is not really my style. The Warden, which synergizes with the Divine Spirit, which I just keep saying I don't like, or I could just grab the Ogre Magi. I think I'll grab the Ogre Magi because he's a reasonably efficient body, and I've got a couple Holy Smites and Holy Nova, so spell damage might be relevant. Here, an obvious Northshire Cleric. I'm not like a super big fan of Northshire Cleric, but it was clearly better than the alternatives there. Mind Control, 10 mana card. I really just don't want to play a 10 mana card. I would rather Almost always just grab the Cult Master. I did not like 10 mana Mind Control. I liked it at 8 mana. At 8 mana I definitely would have picked it, but 10 mana, how often do I get to 10 mana? Not often enough. Shadow Word Pain, I don't really want Shadow Word Pain since I already have 2 Holy Smites, and the odds are that most minions with 3 or less attack. Holy Smite works on a lot of them, not all of them obviously, but I already have that sort of low end removal, so I'd rather just grab the minion. I like our Achinai Soul Priest, he's pretty good. He is a somewhat decent minion, and his hero power is kind of good. Usually he works out pretty well. The Crusader is one of my favorite 3-drops, and I do need 3 drops, but the alternatives are pretty strong too, the Brewmaster and the Dark Iron Dwarf. The Brewmaster can be a bit awkward though, so I think I am going to pick the Scarlet Crusader here. I really like Blood Knight. Blood Knight is a card that gets huge value a lot of the time. You don't want to use it with your own Divine Shield guys, although sometimes you do. He's just great for taking off enemy Divine Shields. And he's a 3/3 for 3 with an ability that's occasionally very powerful. Another epic. Mountain Giant is awkward. He's really strong if you've got a lot of card draw, obviously. Card draw that's like, I don't really like Thoughtseize that much. What I'm thinking about is like Loot Hoarders or Novice Engineers kind of thing. I'm not really running in that direction, so I think I will just pick up the Big Game Hunter instead. My curve's looking a bit flat, which is okay-ish. I already said that I'm really heavy on the 5-drops. That said, I love Ventricle Mercenary. But Ironfur Grizzly is a pretty tempting target as well. I like having those earlier game plays. How many 5-drops do I really need? I guess the Kodo is a situational 5-drop, but I just gotta take the Ventricle Mercenary. He can 2-for-1 so frequently. He's worth it. Here, easily definitely taking the Loot Hoarder. It's a nice 2-drop, which I really need. Okay, here's an interesting choice. Abusive Sergeant has a lot of utility, and he's okay on turn 1 as a turn 1 play a lot of the time. Archmage works pretty well with some of my spell damage. And Inner Fire is a pretty good card with minions that I don't like to take, just because I don't like relying on combos like that. I'm just going to grab the Archmage here. He's a decent body and a slightly relevant power. I kind of want to flesh out the higher end of my curve with some minions. But at the same time, Abusive Sergeant is so tempting. I love the utility he gives. It's a hard pick for me. Archmage costs a bit too much to do him and Holy Nova too. That'd be 11 mana. That's never going to happen. I'm going to grab the Abusive Sergeant. I might regret it, but a lot of the time you just need 2 more damage from something, and he gives you that 2 damage you need, plus as a minion on the board for afterwards. I don't like Thoughtsteal. I don't like Inner Fire. I don't really like Blue Warrior either, to be honest, but I think it might be my pick here. Just to grab the minion. I really don't like Thoughtsteal, just because it gets bad cards too often. Choice between a Loot Bomber, or a Mad Bomber and a Loot Hoarder here. I like them both. I already have 1 Loot Hoarder. It'll be my first Mad Bomber. The kind of problem with Mad Bomber here is I'm running a few too many 1 toughness guys. The Bomber would be awkward a lot of the time, so that'll lead me to pick up the Loot Hoarder instead. I guess I will take the Mind Control here. I don't really want a Raid Leader, and I certainly don't want a Grimscale Oracle. I guess it's okay to have 1 Mind Control, just as sort of an insurance policy for the ultra late game. It's really awkward to have it sitting in your hand all game long. It really limits your options. And for that reason, I'm always not going to pick a second one. I don't want 2 Mind Controls sitting in my hand. That just cripples your ability to react and get the cards you need. I've already got a couple Silverhand Knights, so I might just grab the Acolyte of Pain. He works kind of okay with Priests, since you can heal him up. So I'll just grab him. Templator Enforcer or Core Hound. I think since I already have a Core Hound, I would rather round out the 6 mana slot a little bit. They're pretty similar-ish value creatures. Temple Enforcers, honestly, I don't think as good. But my curve is making me lean towards the Temple Enforcer just slightly. Hey, I got a legendary. Ah, not just a legendary, I got Ragnaros. Well done, that's a pretty clear pick. Barongen's a good card too, but he just doesn't compare to the Ragnaros. I'm really happy with that last pick. We'll see how far I can go with this deck. There are a lot of cards in that I don't really like, to be honest. The Bluegill Warriors, the Bloodsail Raiders, borderline. The Worgen Infiltrators, borderline. Earthring Farseer, borderline. Cult Master, again, borderline. There's a lot of iffy stuff, but I like the expensive stuff, starting from 5 mana and up. The Holy Nobles, the Silverhand Kodos. I got a lot more top end than I normally do, so hopefully I can just survive to get to it. This is a lot less aggressive than my decks usually are. I think I can hold down the late game with a Mind Control and Ragnaros just fine. And I've got a bit of card draw to help me get there. I've got a couple loot orders. Not a lot of card draw, just a little bit. All in all, I'm feeling fairly confident with this deck. Whenever you have a Ragnaros, you should be feeling fairly good. Although honestly, I don't think he's that awesome a card. I would almost rather have a Sylvanas than Arena instead, usually. But I ain't complaining. Ragnaros is one of the top cards that I could have had there to finish my deck off. I think I even would prefer him over Sylvanas in this deck, just for that high end. I already have so many 5-drops. But anywho, Big Game Hunter's awkward to hold around all game long. The Bloodsail Raiders, kind of iffy. I might mulligan, I might keep it. I think I'll just keep it. Play it safe, make sure I've got something to do on turn 3. I could see wanting to mulligan it as well, though. I would not disagree with someone who made that decision. It would just be awkward if you mulliganed it and then you ended up with nothing to play on turn 3. My curve is pretty top heavy, so the odds of me getting another 2-drop aren't really that good. Huh. Well, I was going to play the Loot Hoarder first, but since he played a 2-1, I may as well drop the Bloodsail Raider. I could play my own Bluegill Warrior and just go for the trade, which is... maybe I'll just do that instead. Nah. I'm just going to play the Bloodsail Raider. I'm thinking he's going to Fiery War Axe me, though. And if he does that, then I would rather have played my own Bluegill Warrior, just because it saves me taking 2 damage from his own Bluegill Warrior right here. But 2 damage is, not the end of the world. If he doesn't have some sort of answer to my Bloodsail Raider, then it opens me up for a nice favorable trade. And it looks like that's what's going to happen. So his Bluegill Warrior is in a total write-off. He gets 4 damage in against me, but then my Bloodsail Raider finishes him off. I could play the Loot Order or the Bluegill Warrior here. I think I want to be cautious here and play the Bluegill Warrior. Make sure he doesn't pull off any Shattered Sun Cleric shenanigans. So Bluegill Warriors, that's usually his typical uses for killing 3/2 minions. He's not good. That's the one thing he's good at, is being a 2 damage spell. He's essentially like a worse Holy Smite. The spell that costs 1 mana to do 2 damage. He's kind of like that spell, except worse. But not a lot worse, just a little teensy bit worse. Well, I guess I'm just going to heal my guy up and smack his Loot Order. Sure, why not? It's the battle of the Loot Orders. So I'm fairly confident. I like the top end of this deck, unless I think I'm in a good spot. He hasn't really done much to me. I've been doing a good job of getting some card advantage out. The early game went about as well, so I think I could expect it to. Thanks to this Bloodsail Raider, the power of the 2/3. It's just a useful thing to have. He's really greedy not trading with me. If I had a Shattered Sun Cleric or Defender of Argus, so I guess I just play Defender of Argus here. Really punish him for not trading with me. Get the Death Rattle from the Loot Order off. I drew a Holy Smite. I'm obviously not going to use that on him for the 2 damage. It's worth more than just 2 damage to him. And if he does come out with a good late game, I always have the Big Game Hunter to knock out any sort of his late game powerhouse cards. Like, I don't know, Warrior doesn't really even have that many class cards. I guess they're legendary, but you don't expect that. Probably not going to see a lot of attack 7 cards out of a warrior. I'd be surprised if he plays any. But I like the insurance policy in my hand, just in case. Falling pretty low. Oh, he plays his own. That's interesting. Can Holy Smite that. He's really desperate for plays if he's dropping that down. If I can Holy Smite it, and this Silverhand Knight, a card I said I like. I could alternatively play the Bluegill Warrior and the Acolyte of Pain, but I would rather just commit a lot of power to the board.
Ready, sir.
Looking good. Brawl. I had Brawl in the back of my mind, but it's an epic. You don't play around epics. Could be worse. At least my best minion lives. Well. Not sure who I want a powered shield. I guess the Ogre. Just kind of throwing the shield away to cycle for a card. Draw some stuff faster. Not the best use of it. It's essentially just made my deck 1 card thinner, which is good. Makes me get that much closer to the Ragnaros or whatever it is I want to be top decking this game.
May my ancestors watch over.
Well, I guess, let's see. I guess I'm fine with this guy taking 2 damage. That means Cleave would kill him. I guess I'd rather this guy take the damage. Or actually, I'd take it all back because nothing is gonna get damaged at all because I'm a priest and I'm a cheater. Steal my guy up. Things looking pretty good. I got lethal on board. Got a big game hunter in hand. Got a Ragnaros somewhere in this deck, lurking, looming, waiting, biding his time. I'd like to top deck him just so I can have the Ragnaros deal the killing blow. It's winning in style.
May my ancestors watch over. What does the future hold?
Well, he got a taunt guy. That actually means I don't have lethal anymore unless I get something or other. And the Silverhand Knight is not going to provide me with lethal. I may not even play it. Let's see. I think I'm still going to trade away with his guys, which means it doesn't greatly matter how I do it, since I'm doing it both ways. I'll just drop the Core Hound here. And I'll heal this guy up just to take him at a cleave range. Oh, let's see if I can get the well played off. Well played. Yeah, my early game there was just too strong for my opponent. He didn't have a lot himself. He had some 2 power guys, but I had a 2/3. The Bloodsail Raider doing a lot of work. People might make the mistake of underestimating it in a priest deck just because you have no weapons, so there's no synergy. He's just a 2/3 Marsh Crocodile, but Marsh Crocodile's a good card. Just because he's only a Marsh Crocodile doesn't mean that only Marsh Crocodile isn't a good card. Because it is. And that match hopefully showed you why. Didn't get my Ragnaros though. Bit disappointed. Alright. Turn 1 Abusive Sergeant. I like it. I pick it mainly for its utility, but I'll play it turn 1 if it shows up in my hand and keep it. I'm fine with that. Bit awkward not having a 2-drop though. It's kind of meh. Maybe I should have mulliganed the Earthring Fireseer. That is the weakness of this deck, is that, like last game I got off to a really good start just with my turn 2 play, but that's not something I would expect to happen with this deck. It does not have many turn 1, turn 2 plays. It should be falling behind early game. Looks like I top deck a 2-drop, which is nice. 2 of my opponent plays. He's mousing over my Abusive Sergeant. He's very afraid. He doesn't play anything. Interesting. Start getting some damage in with that 2-1. I love it, I love it. Now I really hope he just uses steady shot on me. Oh, he doesn't even, oh dear. I'm kind of feeling a bit sorry for my opponent, but not that sorry. Well, kind of a waste to play the Farseer here. I guess I'll play the big game hunter instead. Which is again a waste in another sense because I never use his battle cry, but he's still a 4-2 for whatever. See if he multi-shots me. Oh, the Drake. Interesting. That's a pretty big Drake. I think I just ignored here. Play the Ogre Magi. And yeah, there's no real reason for me to try and kill this Drake. He had such a slow start, I'm just gonna try and finish this one off as quick as I can, really. Instead of making some sort of non-favorable trade with the Twilight Drake. It doesn't really help me at all. That's a pretty big ghoul. Might want to trade with that one. Unfortunately, I can't Kodo it since it's now up to 3 attack. It's a bit tragic. I do draw a Holy Nova, which actually doesn't really help me much because these guys are at 3. Unfortunately, he just killed my guy that would have given me the 1 extra damage it needed to be lethal. Just sad. This is awkward. I think I am just going to... Should I trade? Is it time to trade? Is it time to not trade? I think I'll trade. It's a bit awkward, but I'll do it. See what I draw with the loot order. So I could Holy Nova here, but I don't really want to use my Holy Nova yet. I guess it's an okay Holy Nova. Eh, screw it, I'll do it. Not the best use of cards there for me. But my opponent's quite low. He's got another Drake. Oh dear. Well, I've got a Ragnaros, that's relevant. With a charged minion. Waste the battle cry of this guy. Opponent's pretty low, and I have a Ragnaros. Hopefully the Ragnaros can get the finisher off, but I may end the game before I get that chance. Yeah, my Kodo will eat that guy for breakfast. Assuming I don't just kill him with my other minions. Because I still have lethal. Even after he trades with my 4-2, I can finish him off with the other 2. I still have lethal. Looks like I may not get to play the Ragnaros. I'll show him that I've got the Kodo to eat his guy, and then kill him. Outside Defender of Argus. If I needed a bit more damage, but I didn't. Too bad I couldn't show him the Ragnaros. So Ragnaros showing why he's not a good card there, because I draw him and don't play him. Because he costs too much mana. Well, I suppose I won, so it really doesn't matter. You can't say a card's a bad card just because you didn't play it when you won anyways. It's only a bad card when you don't play it and you lost. When it sticks around in your hand and you never use it, and you could have used something else instead. This deck's playing out pretty well so far. I'm not sure when I stopped liking Priest. I don't know, just when they nerfed Mind Control, I got depressed and thought Priests weren't any good anymore. I relied on it quite a bit. I'd always want 2 of them and I'd go, here's the Mind Control. This is, I think, the first time it's kind of showed out like this. I don't like Mind Control. Get out of here. I keep the Powered Shield. Alright, good opening hand. Abuse the Sergeant and Ludor. I think that's the same thing I did last game. It's a bit trickier this game because the rogue can just eat my guy with his weapon. I might coin shield my guy just to protect him from that. That's really not the best use of the coin though. Might do it anyway. because I can heal him up. As a priest, it's nice to have a 2/3. Yeah, I'll do it, why not? You've got no mana, opponent. What are you thinking about? Are you going to play a Wisp? I give you permission to play a Wisp if you want. Or you can Shadow Step your guy, that would be good. Or you can do other roguey things that cost no mana.
Too soon.
I'm not sure what my opponent's thinking about. There we go. I'll play the Abusive Sergeant and I'll give him the shield. I really wish I had the Northshire Cleric there. Northshire Cleric would have been a really strong opener for me, but I didn't have it. Let's see if he's got Deadly Poison. I'm okay if he's got Deadly Poison. He wouldn't actually be able to kill me with Deadly Poison quite yet, would he? Oh, he's got the Enraged Dude. I don't feel like knocking off his Divine Shield. I'd just rather smack him for 2 damage. He gets to enrage his guy. It's fine. Finishes off with Shiv. It's also fine. He's doing pretty well.
Do you need a blessing?
Yeah, +1 health. That's kind of annoying. Yeah, I'm in a bit of trouble here. Hopefully my Holy Nova helps me regain control, because I really lost control of this one in the early game. He had some good early game plays. That's kind of the weakness of this deck. Not so much this game. I did okay this game, but in general. He uses backstab just to knock off a Divine Shield. I'm not sure about that. You could just use this weapon and do that. Take them to 3 damage, but I don't think I wouldn't worry about the damage there if I were him. I'll have an interesting choice on my turn. I'm falling pretty low health. I think I just played the Defender of Argus onto the empty board, which is pretty poor usage of Defender of Argus, but you gotta play stuff sometimes. We'll see how he decides to get rid of it. He might attack it with the 2/3 taunt and finish with his hero weapon and just try and hit me with the 5/1. We'll see. Oh, okay, so he's just gonna kill it with that guy. Yeah. It doesn't look like I'll be able to regain control of this one. Holy Nova is just not going to do the trick, I don't think. If I don't Holy Nova, what else can I do? Yeah, I just got Holy Nova. It's not going to be enough, I don't think. And so if I lose this one, this is a game I can make fun of Ragnaros for costing too much. Bananas! Thanks for the bananas. I won't be able to play those either. Well, I suppose I can banana up my Bluegill Warrior. Bluegill Warrior +1 banana. Now, if I wanted to be silly, which I kind of am. No, I can't. That wouldn't work. I could. Am I silly? I think I'm silly. Do I feel silly? I'm doing it.
Is someone injured?
Oh no, this doesn't even work. For some reason I thought, but... Oh well. I'm in pretty big trouble. Heal myself up, I guess is the play. His King Mukla is going to kick my Bukla. I don't have any taunt other than my Defender of Argus, which I already played, I don't think. Not a lot of ways I can deal with it before it hits me twice and kills me. Kind of hoping he kills my guy with it, but looks like it's not going to fall for that trap. If I draw Big Game Hunter, I can give him a banana and then Big Game Hunter him. That's my top deck hope, I guess. Well, I guess that works, just barely. I guess that's what I have to do, is play the Argent Commander and go bananas.
Right away.
Probably still not gonna be enough. He's probably still got me. But you never know. I'm not dead quite yet. What do I win? A Core Hound. Well, it looks like Ragnaros and then end turn, but I am quite dead because this guy can't heal me. I can heal myself. No, there is no line of play that results in life.
Well played.
The Ragnaros fails me. Close. If I had hung on for just a bit longer, the Ragnaros probably could have put me back in the driver's seat. Oh no, he's got an assassinate. Had an answer for the Rag. Oh well. His early game was just too strong for me. That's the weakness of this deck, is that its early game isn't too good. It wants to get away with playing like Loot Orders and other mediocre early cards. Like Loot Order is kind of my quintessential card that I like when I'm trying to play a later game deck, because it does something early. It's better than doing nothing, but sometimes like this game is just not enough. Bluegill Warrior 2 is just a bit not quite enough. Oh well. On to the next. I actually got to play Ragnaros. I say it's kind of fun. Even if I did lose the next turn. So that was the first strike against Ragnaros. He was not enough. Some kind of earlier game card would have been good.
I will fight with honor. The light shall bring victory.
I guess I keep Bluegill Warrior but ditch the other two. Bluegill Warrior's pretty bad against Paladin, but whatevs. I have Bloodsail Raider, I'm happy to draw that. Happy to draw Defender of Argus as well. He's coining into something. Very aggressive. The Mad Bomber. Probably just Bluegill Warrior that one to death. Don't want to leave it on the board. I was planning on just playing the Bloodsail Raider and passing, but I don't want to leave him with a minion. Whoa, my chair's falling apart. Fix it. Alright. He's got that guy. Now, if he buffs him up with a Shattered Sun Cleric, the Bloodsail Raider is a really awkward and bad play. If he does that, then the Acolyte of Pain is better, but I'm gonna take the risk. Well, I'm gonna play Acolyte of Pain. I'm a wimp. It really doesn't do much. I regret it already. But if for some reason he doesn't attack it, and then I get the Defender of Argus it, and kill his guy and live, then I'm laughing. But I don't think it's a good play. Maybe he'll silence it and then attack me or something. Long story short, he really needs to kill my guy. And with Divine Shield, I would hope he chooses to. Alright. Well, I was just gonna say play the Soul Priest, but I'm almost tempted to play the Loot Order and the Bloodsail Raider instead. I'm gonna play the Bloodsail Raider and the Loot Order. Why not? Hopefully I can come back into this game with the Silverhand Knight into Argent Commander, and then probably lay down the Soul Priest a bit later. Or if the opportunity presents itself, get a value Defender of Argus off. I've got pretty good options going forward, I think. Ah, Cult Master, that's a good play for him. Could be worse, I mean. He gets 2 cards, I get 1 card. I can't kill his Defender of Argus, or his Cult Master right now. So I could either play the Soul Priest and the Infiltrator, or I could just play the Silverhand Knight. I like just playing the Silverhand Knight.
Attend me. Ready, sir.
Kind of trying to save the Soul Priest for a turn when I can use his hero power ability right away. True Silver Champion, I'm okay with that. I mean, he kills half of my Silverhand Knight, but the other half lives and can trade with his Cult Master.
Ready for action.
I'm gonna play the Soul Priest now because I can play the Soul Priest and then nuke his guy and trade pretty well with the other guy. That was pretty good, I think, for me. So he's still got his True Silver Champion up, but I've got some good cards in hand and pretty decent board presence. I'm liking my chances this game. I feel like I'm in control.
I wonder.
Swamp Ooze. It's not that bad because if he's not going to kill my Soul Priest, then I can just keep nuking things. Soul Priest is getting some heavy value off this game. Now, let's see. If I hero power the guy, I guess this strikes me as a pretty obvious play there. I guess this strikes me as being pretty obvious as well.
My seal for Argus.
And I guess I may as well... This is kind of a waste using a smite just on a recruit, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm also gonna trade here just because I want my Soul Priest to live. I did what I could to make sure my Soul Priest would stay on the board that turn. See if we can stick around for another turn. He's getting a pretty good value sort of justice out here. 3 attack, really? You're buffing up your Imp Master? It's an interesting choice. Alrighty, so I think I just want to run the Argent Commander into it and then finish it off with the hero power. The Soul Priest has gotten quite a lot of value for me this game. You can see why I wanted to save him until I was actually going to start using him. He's pretty good, but you don't want to just play him, have him die. You want to at least use his ability at least once usually.
Follow the rules.
That sword is so annoying. Look at all those guys getting buffed up for free. It's just not fair. Alrighty, so the Power Word Shield doesn't really help me trade and live with anything. I may just nuke his guy and then start trading with his board. Or I could just play the Kodo. No, I think I'm going to nuke this guy while I can. Knock out that guy. Maybe even knock out the other guy. Yeah. I like just emptying the board. Make sure he doesn't play any Blessings of Kings. And just drop some minions. I'm in a pretty good spot. My cards in hand did the bug though. I guess that happens when you play them too fast, the rumor is. I don't know. It shouldn't be too annoying for me though.
Reporting for duty.
It's good that I got rid of my Auctionized Old Priest now that I've got Northshire Cleric, because I've kind of transitioned to the point where I want to use my hero power to start healing things. No, he just gives up. I can't say I blame him.
Well played.
I was pretty much in control of that match from the word go, go, go. I'm liking this deck. Its wins have been pretty convincing. Still haven't had the Rag do anything. I'm always going to insult the Ragnaros until it does something. I've actually had it. I played another draft with Ragnaros and it didn't do much for me there. A card, one of my favorite cards in the draft is actually Deathwing. I did one draft with Deathwing. He was ridiculous. He's just sort of like an insurance policy. When everything else fails, you play Deathwing and then hope that they don't have an answer and he can win. And he did. He won me games where nothing else could have.
Your soul shall be mine.
The light shall bring victory.
Not really liking the Holy Smite here. I've got other early game stuff. Just gonna get rid of it. So I got most of my cheap, useless stuff early, which is good. So you want to get it early and not late. You can use it early and late. You always just want to be getting other things. He was thinking about doing something. He's not doing it. Get the Holy Smite back. The rule of mulliganing. The cards will always make a reappearance. I'm not unhappy about that though, because it means I can use it on turn 3 in conjunction with this other blue Guild Warrior I have. Be really aggressive and play out almost all my cards really fast. Which isn't really a problem because the rest of my deck is pretty powerful. I'm okay with entering top deck mode early on in exchange for getting a good board advantage. And he's coining out something. Alright, so his coin is going to get some value because it's going to kill one of my minions, probably, unless he gets unlucky. Oh, he got unlucky. I'll give him a sorry. I'm honestly sorry about that person. I don't feel the need to trade with his abusive sergeant. He's just going to have to trade with me. I am racing him pretty quickly. Stealth guy, okay. No turn 4 play is pretty bad, but you can't win them all. I'm still in a good spot despite doing nothing on turn 4. Well, I healed myself for 1. That's about as close to nothing as you can get. Another coin juggler. That's okay. I'm at the point where I'm gonna. Oh, he gets unlucky. Oh, I'll leave him another sorry.
My apologies.
Well, it seems like a pretty clear choice to go for the Holy Nova here. I could drop the Silverhand Knight instead, but actually I might do that just in case he plays a Blood Imp. Yeah, screw it, I'll do it.
Attend me. Ready, sir.
Very tempting the Holy Nova there, but Holy Nova is one of my few answers to Blood Imps, and I don't want him to get Blood Imps on the table. This play is not that much worse than my other play. Well, it's a fair bit worse, honestly. Especially with him having a raid leader to kill my squire. Very sad. Cult Master. I'm happy with Cult Master. I'll definitely play her.
You insist.
Being a bit slower to close this one out than I could have been, really. I probably just should have gone for the aggressive Holy Nova. I would have ended this game a lot faster and given him less chances to draw the outs he needs. Kind of not making the most of my advantage. Summoning Portal, that's not going to do anything. That guy's not going to do much either. That guy's not gonna do much either. Alright. Let's see. Hey, Ragnaros. Well, I can kill the summoning portal and play the Silverhand Knight, but that's kind of awkward because this Worgen can enrage against the smaller knight and then kill the other one. I can play the Argent Commander, and yeah, I think I'm just gonna play Argent Commander here and knock out his two guys. Could have just done 8 damage to him instead. I'm being really like non-aggressive here, but oh well. The Rag is coming. Probably. And he's got a taunt guy. It's a mild annoyance, but my guys are for damage, so they can trade with him. Definite Ragnaros here. Well, never say never, but yep, there's the Rag. See if he just concedes now. Fear the Ragnaros. That's right, I've got Rag. Deal with it. He's dealing with it as best as he can. He's the trooper, I'll give him that. Props for not just conceding against the Ragnaros. A bit unfortunate that I can't kill any of his stuff, so I guess in light of that, I'll play this guy.
Ready, sir.
Maybe drop the loot order and heal up. Yeah, why not? Stay healthy. Oh. Kind of rude, my apologies. Some people go on tilt, but I said that just because all his knife jugglers hit me instead of my minions, and then when I had the Ragnaros, it hit him right away, is why I said sorry there. It was a bit unfortunate for him. I hope he's not too mad. 4 wins, moving right along. And the Ragnaros, I guess the Ragnaros is useful that game. He did do 16 damage to the enemy hero. That's kind of somewhat useful. But only, you know, just a little bit useful. I mean, Pyroblast is 10. He's only a little bit better than Pyroblast.
Shall bring victory.
I'm gonna keep the Smite here, but throw away the rest. Smite's good just to help keep the totems getting too out of hand. Happy I drew the loot order. Pretty happy with the Earthring Farseer as well, I guess. I always find Shamans are awkward to play against just because their overload cards seem like they're so strong when they play them, but then a lot of the time in the follow-up you just sort of can deal with them and then come back. Drop the loot order here. Hope he doesn't Earthshock it. Earthshock is one of the best answers for loot order. Mortal Coil is similarly good. Earthshock, Mortal Coil. What you got, bucko? Yeah, that guy. Probably gonna trade with him. I don't want to leave that guy on the board. He's pretty threatening if you ask me. I don't like him. See what I draw. Nothing too useful. So he's got a bit of a board advantage going forward against me, but it shouldn't be insurmountable, I don't hope. And he has used his coin already to obtain this advantage. He's playing a lot of weak cards, 2-1s. I guess they'll trade with my Cult Master. I might play the Earthring Farseer instead for that reason. Yep, Earthring Farseer it up. Battlecry does work on heroes. He's getting a few too many minions out there. You have to be worried when you let the Shaman start flooding the board. He can just get a Bloodlust and end it on you. Kind of out of nowhere. Not out of nowhere, out of his board control. 5 mana, maybe a Ventrico Mercenary next turn, but it'll be an awkward Ventrico Mercenary. Ventrico Mercenary is not so good at dealing with a lot of small creatures. He's good at dealing with bigger creatures like Yetis. He eats Yetis for breakfast, but these 2-1 Abusa Sergeants, they're just too bothersome for him to kill. Okay, Rock Biter's my Shaman. Alright. Yeah, the reason Ventrico Mercenary is so awkward is he just keeps playing this cheap Taunt Totem every turn. I can't really ever deal with it. I get a Bluegill Warrior, which... I guess I'll play the Ventrico. Just because I can play the Bluegill Warrior next turn if all goes wrong. I'm thinking he'll probably hex my guy or something though, who knows. He's getting really close to lethal though. He's already at, assuming he's got Bloodlust that is, he's already at, what, 12, I think it's +3 each, so he's like 16 damage. He's getting pretty close. I can't let him get any more than this on the board, or I'm dead. So many totems. I really need to draw Holy Nova. 21 cards, so it's not that likely. But would it ever win me the game?
Drink with me, friend.
He returns his totem with hand. I guess you can recast it for 1. They all cost 1? Oh, he's got so many minions. Mind control, that is the last thing I need here. Lethal count, assuming he's got Bloodlust, he's got lethal, which means I have to trade with his guy. And yep, bam. Oh god, I'm gonna lose this game. Let's see. Scarlet Crusader. This guy can't heal my hero. Guess I just have to play the Crusader and the Cult Master. And I am dead to Bloodlust. And I usually expect Shamans to have Bloodlust. It seems like they always do. Maybe this one doesn't. That's good. I'm still in a pretty bad spot though.
Put this apple on your head.
Ooh, nasty. This guy's Knife Juggler is working a bit better than the other guys.
Well played.
Yep, this is bad. Well, oh my gosh, the Holy Nova. Too strong. I'm still in a terrible position though. I just can't regain board control. He's playing too much stuff. I can't kill it as fast as he can play it. The Holy Nova does a lot in that regard, but it wasn't quite enough. Might not even play the Ragnaros here. Probably rather play the Core Hound and heal myself. Need all the health I can get. Maybe I will play the Ragnaros. Let's see, will it make a difference? He has 6 damage on the board. 6 damage on the board right now, assuming I rag the right guy. I think I just have to play my Ragnaros and hope he gets the right guy here. I don't have a choice. Yeah, I just have to rag the right guy. The 1 in 5 shot. Not gonna happen. Now he's got lethal.
Well played.
Well played.
Ragnaros failing yet again. I'm really hating on the poor Ragnaros. I just don't like the card very much. Why? Why were my earlier cards better? 4-2. The danger zone. Death row. One mistake away from a tragic end to my arena run, and a tragic won't have enough gold to do another one. Have to wait until I get quests. Probably come back a couple days after New Year's. But you can always go win 8 in a row. Just because you're 4-2 doesn't mean you can't finish 12-2. I'm not calling it done yet. Gonna get rid of all these. Get out of here. I need some earlier cards than those. Well, technically Powered Shield's an earlier card, but not really what I wanted. The no minion hand is not the best hand in the world to have. Also, I think I had Mind Control last game. It did nothing. Well, I might coin into the Bloodsail Raider here, just for shits and giggles. It's not a very good play, though. Kind of depends. Yeah, I'll do it. See what happens. It's really, I like it a lot if he plays like a 3-2 that I can kill, like a Knife Juggler or something. I don't know. Be aggressive. Hopefully it makes him afraid of me. My follow-up play next turn is not that good though. I've got a smite and a shield that I can use, or just heal it with my hero power.
Reporting for duty.
So I can shield it and smite it, which is a card disadvantage for me, but digs a bit deeper. I want to dig. Dig, 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 dig.
I don't have enough mana.
Smiting is kind of a waste. This is me making silly plays right here. I got 2-5 now, that's something. Spent a lot to get it though. My opponent hasn't played any cards, and I've played what? 2 of them? 3 of them if you count the coin. I don't count the Powered Shield. It's not a card. And my other smite, I'm not gonna use that, just gonna drop the Acolyte of Pain. Let's see. Mind Control, why are you so expensive? How many games do you ever actually want to cast? I think maybe even not even having one in your deck is correct. It's really just not worth it. Just this dead card that does nothing. You can tell that I'm really biased against expensive cards. I'm not biased, I just don't like them. Especially Mind Control. 10 mana! Jesus, that's ridiculous. So he plays a secret. His secrets aren't honestly that good. This seems like an obvious play. Okay, fine. Oh, he has a secret. Ah, tricky bastard. Not really much I could do about that. Well. Let me think. I think I'm fine with just healing it back up out of dying range. And I want to kill. I think I'll keep trading. I'll even smite the other one. Normally I don't like killing Harvest Golems that just make the other Harvest Golem appear, but hey, why not? Good news is I've got Holy Nova and a Northshire Cleric, and I may get the super card draw Holy Nova. Which should help me make sure I've got lots of options to have strong plays for the rest of the game. I would imagine he's going to trade his 2-1 for my 2-1 though. It'd be a bit silly for him not to make that trade, unless he's got a way to buff it up and instead eat my Northshire Cleric or Pain Dude with it. Light's Justice. Okay. Sure, he gets my Cleric. That's okay. He does nothing else? Really? So he's got... Wow, that's really strange. I just think I play all my stuff here, the cheap stuff, that is. Go crazy. If he consecrates me, it's not the end of the world. I'm not that afraid to consecrate here because this guy draws a card when he dies, and this guy takes damage and draws cards. I would essentially lose 5 cards, but draw 3 back off them. Avenging Wrath, interesting. We'll see how this one works out. What? Why did it stop? Oh, because I'm proccing this. I'm not sure about this Avenging Wrath from him. It's drawing me so many cards. See if he gets my Bloodsail Raider with it. Well, I just drew most of my deck. So now I'm in that happy fun position where I should be able to make really strong, powerful plays for the rest of the game. Just gonna drop the Magi and the Loot Order for now. He sure gave me a lot of cards. I just have to make sure that I win before I fatigue myself. Because that was a pretty crazy card draw for me thanks to his Avenging Wrath. And I do like having Blood Knight against Paladin, always nice. Doesn't work against Argent Commanders though. They pop their own Divine Shield with their charge. Alright, reasonable play for him. Knock out my Loot Order. Now, I don't want to leave him with the Pint-Sized Summoner. It's just too good a card. So I'm going to nuke it. Could nuke it with my Holy Nova or with my Soul Priest. I like the idea of nuking with my Soul Priest. I don't feel like running my Ogre Magi into his Taz Dingo though. That just seems silly. I'm never going to play all my cards this game. This hand is a hand that will never run out, which means future card draw is pretty worthless. But thankfully I think I don't really have any more card draw. He gets a slight value Bloodsail Raider, +1 attack. Better than nothing. Good defender of Argus. I do have a Holy Nova though. He kills my guy off, but that's not that bad because I kind of wanted to Holy Nova anyways, to be honest. Let's see. Is it the Holy Nova or is it the Ragnaros? It's probably the Holy Nova. He's just got too much stuff for me to really want a Ragnaros right now. And I do have the Ogre Magi out, so it's a super Holy Nova, right? Knock this guy out. Just gonna waste the battle cry of this guy. The Blood Knight's battle cry is much more useful. They're both 3/3s of battle cries that do nothing in this circumstance, but his is the one that I want to keep for future value.
Reporting for duty.
It's time for the Ragnaros. Now, I could go for lethal, a 1 in 3 chance of lethal. I think I like the 1 in 3 chance of lethal here. But it's kind of, nah, I'm not going to go for the 1 in 3 chance of lethal. Got the Argent Commander in hand as a finisher. Also got the mind control.
Not on my watch.
He's hurting my Ragnaros. What a bully. Poor Ragnaros. Attack Ragnaros, I dare you. Come on, do it. Do it. No, he's not getting well played for me.
Reporting for duty.
Come on, buddy. You think I got nothing? I got this guy. I'll even take his Divine Shield, because that's how I roll. He just gave me too many cards from that Avenging Wrath he played. Avenging Wrath, I mean, it cleared my board, but at the same time it made me draw 4 cards. You don't want to give your opponent 4 cards. It's just not a good idea. My Holy Nova with the Ogre Magi on the board was also pretty devastating to him. He thought he could just get away with playing Humility on the Ogre Magi and leaving it on the board. He was mistaken. So I've reached my minimal acceptable number of wins, which is good. From here on out, it's just seeing if I can turn a profit.
The light shall bring victory.
Keep the smite, ditch the other 2. Can draw into the 5s later. Another smite. It's a bit awkward. Could always go for the smite coin, smite start. Or actually, not first one we're talking about. You could do the double smite next turn. Yeah, the late to the party Worgen Infiltrator. I swear I had that last turn, I was just saving it.
I hope you like my invention.
That's a good card for trading with my Worgen Infiltrator. Might just play the Acolyte of Pain and leave the Infiltrator stealth for the moment. Opens me after being hit by a cleave, but I'm not going to be too upset if I get cleaved. Might have to play Soul Priest on turn 4, which I don't generally like doing, but... No, actually looks like it might be... He's got one more. What are you doing with 1 more mana? Strange to coin for a 1-drop? Okay. I'm fine with he coined into a Whirlwind. That hurts his... I'm not too sure about that play from him. In fact, I think it's borderline terrible. Now I run in there, and draw a card. It's not useful to me right now, but it will be later. I smite this guy, and I heal my guy. Can't leave the Warsong Commander on the board. Too good. He basically just gave me a huge card advantage. He's pretty boned now. He's gonna have a hard time winning. He's gonna need to make some really strong plays to claw back. And silence. It's a start. May as well just play the Kodo here. Seems fine to me. Not really getting huge value out of it, but hey, why not? It's kind of bad because my alternate plays just put more power on the board. Auctioneer, alright. Well, a few options here. If I play the Soul Priest, or no options at all. Lots of options, but this is the obviously correct option. He's in a pretty bad spot. He's gonna need some brawls or something to gain control against me. Alrighty, now what am I doing? I'd like to do 5 damage to that guy. don't have any super good ways of doing it. I guess giving my guy plus 3 health and then nuking it is my best way. So now my guy survives the trade. I finish it off with this, and then I poke him with the Acolyte of Pain. Leaves me with a nice juicy 6/6 on the board for next turn as well. So you can see how my board has become further developed than it was last turn and is still empty.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
I smell blood.
Holy Nova incoming. Let's see. Not the best Holy Nova in the world if that's what I choose to do. Just playing the Soul Priest. Yeah, I'm really tempted by just playing the Soul Priest actually.
Wonder.
Nah, I'm gonna go for the Holy Nova, I think. So awkward. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a bunch of damage. Then my guy dies, that's sad. That's really sad. Screw it. I'm pretty sure this is the wrong play, but whatevs. I should have used my hero power to heal this guy and then done the trade and healed up. Now I can't heal up because I got the Soul Priest on the board. That's what I should have done. I should have traded this guy for his 2/2 and healed my guy instead so it lives. Not a huge deal. Got enough for the Ogre Magi Holy Nova combo, which is looking pretty tempting. Very tempting. Ogre Magi, Holy Nova, bang. Whoops, I have a Soul Priest on the board. Things you forget sometimes. LOL, LOL. Troll, That's how you lose games, forgetting you've got a Soul Priest. You saw it here first, folks. Still doing alright, really. Despite being mentally retarded. Well. I guess I just mind control this guy and attack him. Pretty embarrassing play for me though. It's kind of awkward to win a game after that debacle, but he's slamming the little guy. Interesting. I might have slammed the other guy just to get rid of it. I do have lethal if he doesn't do anything. With right, oh no I don't. He just armored up. He's in pretty big trouble though. He's probably going to concede when I play the Ragnaros. And do I have lethal? I do have lethal. On the nose.
Well played.
And Rag comes through for the lethal. Bit of an awkward play for me forgetting I've got a Soul Priest. I'm not the first person to do that. That's the first time I've done that. And I definitely have made fun of other people for doing it. So if you're out there and you're laughing at me for being an idiot and you're like, I would never do something that stupid, just know your time will come. We all do it. Hopefully I don't do it again though. Six wins. I'm one short of what I want to get to be pleased. I think 7 is my please number. 5 is acceptable. 7 is happy. That's my result scale. Anything past 7 and then I'm starting to get quite content. Well, I almost want to keep the Holy Nova just because it's the only one I have in my deck, but I really don't like holding on the cards I don't plan on playing. Ugh. Mind control. I want my Holy Nova back. Let me get a loot order, that's something. Well, that's annoying. I was going to play. Does that guy really float, or is this just like a bug? Does he always do that? That's strange. I'm pretty sure I've seen someone play that minion before. I don't remember him doing it that last time I played against it. Slight choice here. Gonna go for the big game hunter though. Waste the battle cry. Might regret that, but I don't just want to wimp out and play a lousy old loot order. Do something that's a bigger threat. Let's see. I'm just gonna drop the Defender of Argus and attack him. I'll regret it if he Blessings of Kings, his guy. That'd be inconvenient, but hey. Sometimes you take risks and you try and do damage. Well, nah, I'm just gonna go for it. I like doing 5 damage. It seems like a lot. Ah, Hammer of Wrath. The value. Well, in the sadness that follows, I guess I just play the Ogre Magi. Next turn will probably be Soul Priest and healing / nuking something. True Soul Champion. At least that can't kill Soul Priest. That's the good news. Being pretty card inefficient here, but what can you do? Hopefully this Soul Priest lives. My plays from here on out aren't that strong up until I get to Mind Control. My turn 7, turn 8, turn 9 are looking a bit weak. Well, my Soul Priest can kill that, and I guess it lives, quotation marks. I'm pretty sure giving it +2 health doesn't actually hurt it. That doesn't count as healing. If it does, I'll be mad. I don't think it does. No, I can give it +2 attack as well. Let's see. Might just want to do that. Yeah, it looks like that's what I'm gonna have to do.
Feel my pain. Mind if I roll knee?
And make sure not to kill my own guy with the heal. Good work, Keith. Good work. You get a value consecrate here. Those things happen. Oh, the value consecrate, too strong. I'm in a pretty bad spot now, I think. Well, the charge guy's a bit awkward. I think I just drop the Core Hound here. And hopefully he can't kill it unless he uses his weapon to kill it. And using his weapon to kill it obviously hurts him a fuck ton, so he may not want to. He's got a ton of cards in hand though. He should be able to do something here. 1 damage isn't enough. Still need 1 more. That's 1 more. Oh, that's really good. Go gadget this guy. Well. Is it the Blood Gill and the Kodo and the Hero Power Heal? I guess it is. Not the best play in the world, but I think I like it more than just dropping the Temple Enforcer onto the empty board. Make sure to kill this guy before the Kodo, just because if Kodo killed that guy, then I wouldn't be able to trade with the 4/4 Taunter. And I survived to Mind Control. Mind Control may actually be a good card. It turns out sometimes you survive to turn 10 and you want to Mind Control something. But boy, does he ever have a lot of stuff.
Reporting for duty.
Interesting. Well, I'm not sure what I want to do here. The Ragnaros is very tempting. But so is mind controlling the 5/6. I'm starting to get pretty low. Just gonna mind control the 5/6. I'm really low health now though. He's got what, 12 damage repping? Looks like he wants to kill my guy. Ah, that guy's annoying. I normally insult this guy and say he's not a very good card, but he may be able to get some value off this game. He may kill himself a Ragnaros. That's a pretty big game. Not sure if I still have my Holy Nova. I mulliganed that away at the start and never got it back, I think. Yep. Could just play, well, let's see, does my guy have lethal? Tempted to not play the Ragnaros here and just drop the 2 minions instead. But I think I really just got to Rag and kind of hope that it kills the guy that can kill Rag.
I wonder.
That's not Ragnaros. Phew. In other news, I have a choice of healing myself or healing my minion. And since he only got 9 damage, I'm going to heal my minion. That is not what I wanted. I'm pretty sure he's got me. He managed to beat my Ragnaros and my mind control. It turns out late game cards aren't that good if you've got no mid game. I'm not dead yet though. He still doesn't have lethal. Wait, did he just get lethal? He just got lethal, did he? Now I am quite... Oh no, I've got to heal. So I guess I play the Bloodsail Raider, and I give it some health, and I heal myself, and I might live to fight another day. My opponent's got what, 9, 13, 14 damage. He can do 14 to me if he wants. Raging that guy was step 1 of doing 14 damage. Step 2 is hitting me with everything else. Instead, he draws a bunch of cards. Can't say I fault him for that decision. I am pretty dead. I'm not sure about that choice on his part. I probably would have traded with the other guy and let the Wind Fury guy live. Yes, I don't know.
Reporting for duty.
Does he still have lethal? Let's see. 7, 9. Does he not have lethal? Do I have to live another turn? 10, 12. Oh my god, he doesn't have lethal, does he? I'm pretty boned, but I'm not gonna quit that easily. If he wants to kill me, he has to do it himself. I will fight to my dying breath. Actually, he does have lethal. Never mind. You have lethal, what are you doing? Oh well. I'm pretty sure he had lethal there. He could undo to me with those 6 with that, 9 with that. Yeah, he had lethal. He just had to enrage his Worgen. Enrage his Worgen by attacking the Northshire Cleric and then hit me with everything else, and he had lethal. But don't tell him that. Oh, he has lethal with this too. He's got lots of lethal. LOL. I forgot to well played. Oh well. Not a miserable run. 6 wins. I'm disappointed slightly. But it's a lot better than my last run was. See if I can get 150 gold. You usually don't with 6 wins. You'd be lucky too. 75, that's pretty bad. Oh well. Looks like I'm gonna have to wait a few days to do another arena run. That's okay, I've been doing way too many of them. Ooh, golden epic big game hunter, that's kinda useful. Interesting, interesting. Anyways, this is Kidoopsy over and out. Thanks for watching.